an old friend, a Malibu resident who tragically just lost his home to the Palisades fire. Mel, I was thinking about you when I saw this fire break out. I think I talked to Raymond. I said, is Mel okay? Is his family okay? I instantly thought of you. He said he thought you were okay. And I'm glad you got out. I'm glad your family is safe. But tell us what it was like to be on Rogan's podcast when I guess you learned that your home had been lost.
Well, welcome on in to another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And we're doing a recap of what's going on in California. But before I get started, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Share the video. Also hit the AirTech EMF protector link. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. It's also in the description as well, alongside with the source and where I'm getting my information at. Source of my information is going to be in my description as well. I give credit when credit's due. Now, Mel Gibson house has been burnt down, but he's saying, look, this is an agenda to get everyone out of California, and I wonder why. Do y'all think this has something to do with the Diddler case? I hate to lean there, but it's a lot of connecting points. You got LeBron about to go down. I'm gonna do another video on that. I'm gonna upload this video real quick, do it live, and then I'm gonna do an extensive one for a couple of hours. You got LA. You got wildfires everywhere. Also, it's something going on in Miami, some type of bomb in Miami. I'm going to cover that too as well. It's just a lot that's going on. But let's continue. Let's dive deep.
Well, I didn't learn it was lost. I knew the neighborhood was on fire, then I was in the path. So I was a little tense while I talked to Joe, but he's a guy that can put you at your ease fairly well. So I was doing okay. And I knew that
Mel,
my family was safe and out of harm's way.
Were you able to get possessions that, of course, are really immaterial when you have your family? But I've been to your house. It was an incredible home, beautiful home. But were you able to get anything out of your house?
Not much. A few necessary things. You know, my son I said, just go and grab this and this and this. And he grabbed like 3 things and took off. And then, you know, those are okay. Stuff like passports and a couple of papers and stuff like that. But by and large, everything was just, it looked, when I got there the other day, I went up there yesterday, it looked like Dresden, you know, after Bomber Harris got through with it. Yeah.
Now,
so nothing left.
For those of us watching this from afar, try to convey to us the feeling of seeing your home, your neighbors' homes, and the community there at such a...
Man, it have to be a devastating feeling. We all know that. Imagine you building something for years, right? And a home is something that you keep adding on to, you keep investing in, you buy paintings, you might do some different architectural work. Most importantly, you have memories in that home. See, that's a part that people don't understand. It's where maybe his kids grew up. She obviously stated that she came to his house a couple of times, so he probably had a lot of different functions, meetings, congregations at his home, you know. So it was a place of well-being in his realm. It was a place of comfort. It was a place of, after he hit the road, he is an actor. After he hit the road, then he go home and you know, debrief himself for a couple of seconds. His son obviously was there, anything along that nature. So these homes have sentimental values to these people, right? Emotional attachments to these people. And imagine what would happen to your home if it's burned down. It's like it's a void going to be in your head, a space like, I remember this memory, you know, and that's the only thing you can truly take with you. But, you know, this could be devastating to the Palisades.
A loss.
I mean, it's tragic. It makes you really sad. I was actually, you know, there are neighbors I have that I was actually looking at them. I felt worse for them than I did for myself. You know, I look at it as a strange mixture of sadness and almost kind of an elation in a sense that I count my blessings, no matter
That's
what.
well said. Well said.
These are things,
Yeah.
and they may or may not be replaceable, but they're only things. And we're still here, and I just kind of look at it as almost in a weird kind of way a purification but of course it's very sad.
Listen to what he just said. He look at it as a purification, right? Earth, wind, fire, water, the natural elements, right? Plasma, of course, that's another one. Now, that's why I say these may be ending times, but ending times for a new beginning. Not ending times of saying that the world is going to be over. We don't spread fear like that. But a form of the world cleansing itself from the old forces or from the negative forces. Because this is why I look at why they have this concept called hell, right? And to me, that's subjective. If you believe in that, then that's what you believe in. If you believe in something else, then that's what you believe in, but no one truly knows, right? So, but understand, if hell is considered fire, right? They normally cast you, the biblical story, they cast you in fire, right? Then fire have to be a form of containing these type of people, these type of forces, these type of entities, right? These type of spiritual forces. So I look at it as if, okay, California is going through its cleansing process as well. Because it's a lot of demonic things that we all know that happens in LA, that happens in Hollywood, that happens to be that times are changing and it's time to get rid of that so we can vibrate at a higher frequency. Now, what's the only way to clean a house, a dirty house? Some people might say the best thing to do is to burn it down and rebuild. Do you agree? Leave them comments down below. And fire, some people look at it as a devastating thing, but fire is actually a cleansing mechanism. Think about it like this. For example, you have a Bunsen burner, or basically it's a flame if you're in biotechnology, and maybe you're growing some type of agriculture on the Petri dish. And in order to sterilize the air, do you know that you have to use that Bunsen burner, which is considered flame, right, to sterilize the air? So I look at it as if California is getting sterilized. The air has been contaminated. The land has been contaminated. Everything has been contaminated. So it's time, and this not just happened in California. This has happened all over the world. I'm going to do an update. I'm going to do another live stream on what's going on in Miami. What may happen, what may take place on the 19th and the 20th. You're talking about Canada threatening the United States, talking about shutting the electrical grid off, right? At least part of what the energies that they bring over here. You have some type of mass prophet. It's this prophet that's stating that it might be some form of explosion, right? In all sorts of different ways from the 19th to the 20th. Now you have something coming around called the bird flu that supposedly in Ukraine, they were sending a lot of money over there to actually construct another COVID-19 situation, except it's going to be 10 times worse. So if you read the biblical Bible and you read these things, and I read it for educational purposes, is let you know that famine may happen, which to me that's controlled, so that's happening. You got a lot of natural fires, a lot of natural disasters that's taking place, floods, fire, anything along that nature, that's happening. So all these things are happening. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know if it's not happening. How do you see this thing going on? Right? I really want to know what the audience think. But Mel, let's continue.
And there were many things, gone in the blaze that, I've thought about since. I thought, oh, damn, that's too bad. But, works of art, photographs, rare books, old books, some as old as, 1600, like crazy.
Irreplaceable.
And irreplaceable stuff. Yeah. So it is what it is, I guess. It was only a month ago that the flames threatened us, 200 meters away on the other side. And of course, the wind shifted and it came in and whipped and got us from the other direction. So it was an interesting.
You've heard, you've heard the.
Go on.
Both. You've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about these fires. Obviously, the winds were horrific.
Right.
But they were predicted. I know that last weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they said this could be tragic with these winds if any fire starts.
Sure.
Do you believe in what you know so far, anything could have happened like this?
Yeah, well, one always suspects that this might happen, but one thinks that the resources, and the capabilities of the men and women will be on standby, that they'll be able to cope with any situation that comes up. But apparently some people were asleep on the job, mainly our leaders there. But
listen to what he just said. Some people were asleep on the job. Perhaps our leaders were. And I believe that, yes, the leaders were asleep at the job. Karen Bass, sleep at the job. Gavin Newsom, sleep at the job. Trump had warned these people a while back about the same thing. They defunded the police. They defunded the fire department. There was no fire and no water in the hydrants. It's too many things that's leading to like this being just either pre-planned and or pathetic and or a lack of preparation, which equals poor performance. So to me, this situation was poorly. It was poorly. You couldn't react to it in a nice manner. It was poor. What's the point of having fire hydrants when there's no water in it? What's the point of California being surrounded by so much water, right, that you can't extract? These are things that is just mind-boggling to me.
That's something they have to live with, and but that's something that community has to live with. And it's really sad. I mean, I have many friends that are, looking for a place to put a roof over their heads, and kids, and they're traumatized.
Yes, they are. Fact.
So, someone should answer for it, but we'll see. I think we know who the culprits are. In fact, my son he's a member of the volunteer fire brigade. He sort of interfaces between LA County Fire and people, and they assist them where they can during, before, and after the blaze. And apparently the residents in Corral Canyon caught an arsonist up there. And the guy was all tooled up with fire gear and equipment and stuff like that, and ready to go. And he had been lighting fires, but they corralled the guy in Corral Canyon and gave him to the police. So
yeah, apparently that
actively going around looking for these conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, Mel, that individual was never charged. It's a very confusing set of facts because apparently he was reportedly trying to light things on fire, but it's not the fires, I guess, that they're. I mean, it all seems very bizarre, but they have not ruled out that arson could have started the first fire. There's obviously still investigating this, and at the same time, Mel, there are numerous complaints, as you alluded to, that the fire hydrants did not have water or water pressure, and the LA fire chief herself reacted. Watch this.
My stance on this is when a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply. Our firefighters are there to protect lives and property and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped.
One of those crowns I have here fell. I put some like kind of a.
That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants.
Mel, reaction to that?
So the question would then be, whose responsibility is it to ensure that the water, the fire hydrant has water? Wouldn't that be the state's responsibility? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that that's the state's responsibility. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that's the Fed's responsibility. Put a 3 in the chat if you believe that it is the department's responsibility. Because I want to know who's responsible for these things. Is it the governor responsibility? Which then what runs the state, correct? Let's see what Mel has to say.
Well, I know they were messing with the water.
Listen, who is
letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far.
This is the part that I wanted people to pay attention to. Listen to what she just asked him and listen to what he just said. Listen.
I know they were messing with the water.
Let's go back a little more.
Reaction to that.
Let's go back a little more.
And property, and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped.
Uh-huh.
That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants.
Mel, reaction to that.
How does the water get to the hydrants?
Well, I know they were messing with the water. Letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like
when a man sighs and say something, he either know what's going on, he understand what's going on. He's so disappointed in the fact that this may be something that's either staged or something that he's seen coming, because he took so many deep breaths right there, because he's like, damn, these people are probably really wicked. I believe that the governor is responsible for these type of things because the governor is in charge of the state, correct? So if the governor is in charge of the state and they're taking funding and or they're lessening the supply of water in these hydrants for years to come, and maybe they're spending the money elsewhere or stuffing the money inside their pocket, allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, then problems like this will happen. He's saying it without saying it. Like, read in between the lines.
this, you sort of look, oh, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Well,
I gotta remember he's an actor. He gotta give us the clues because he's probably part of the circle that he can't. He gotta watch what he say, how he say it, and when he say it. And he just gave you something right there. They want Cali empty. Why? Is it the tunnels that's underneath Cali? Why? Why do they want this place empty after a sudden? Do they want to drain the swamp? Why? Leave y'all thoughts down below. Did y'all know that there was tunnels under California? I want y'all to let that sink in for a second. Y'all know thousands of kids going missing every year. I'm just saying. I don't want to go down the conspiracy ramp. But some of these things, it just happen to just, let's not even call it conspiracy anymore. Let's not call it that. But let's continue.
It's an insane thing to think. Yeah, but one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Well, Mel, there's already talk, and we played a couple of sound bites of reimagining the way rebuilding occurs. And obviously there's a great need for high density housing in California and across the country. That's a big push by the climate folks. And you're already hearing rumblings of that. In this case, like goodbye single family homes, hello high density housing.
Yeah. It's pretty scary, and it'll take decades to do that too. It's like even if it if it's a good idea, which I don't know if it is, but reminds me of the old cattle barons clearing people off the land, But I don't know.
Listen to what he's hinting at. They're clearing people off the land to say, look, California, it is over with. So what I see is that it's more disasters to come. I think this is the beginning. This is not the end to this. The cleansing phase. What's next? A water flood? What's next? Some type of an explosive? What's next? Some type of, in fact, in San Francisco, just the other day, they had a 4.5 earthquake. They're not talking about that. So California getting hit all sorts of ways. If you're living in Cali and people telling you to evacuate, these are the signs that I say, look, if you wasn't prepared for this one, right? When the next one happens, how catastrophic would it then be? Because most people wasn't prepared for this one. So when the next one hit, if they plan on getting rid of California itself, when the next one hit, what's to come? Are you prepared? I think if you're living in Cali, the best thing to do is relocate. Because I don't see it, and I don't see it being good for California. The best next thing to do would be to relocate. Leave your thoughts down below. Do y'all think that California should stay in California? I mean, the taxes going out the roof. But forget the monetary value. Let's just think about safety. Do y'all think that California is, should they evacuate California? Should they stay? Put a 1 if they should evacuate. Put a 2 if they should just remain in California and prepare for something else. Put a 3 if California just is a dangerous place to be right now. It's unpredictable. You have no say. Put a 3 if you have no say on it.
I can make all kinds of horrible theories up in my head, conspiracy theories and everything else, but it just seemed a little convenient that there was no water, and
and that's the part that I must agree with Gibson on. I hate to be the one that's the conspiracy theory, right? But sometimes life's a stage play, Shakespearean. I would never forget that for some reason. It's been in my head since I was 8, 9 years old. Life is a stage play, Shakespearean, right? It still baffles me to say, where's the water? Where's the agua? Donde agua? Where's the agua? Where's the water? When California is surrounded by beaches, not surrounded because they didn't become an island. But on its coastlines, there's so much water. It's not like they're in the mid America, right? Where you have to get the water there. They have so much water to the left that is plentiful. I believe that would be considered what the the Pacific Ocean. Like I say.
And that the wind conditions are right, and that there are people ready and willing and able to start fires. And are they commissioned to do so, or are they just acting on their own volition? I don't know. But they seem pretty well.
Listen to what he's just saying. And he's an actor. And I understand body language, right? When someone do this, let me tell you something. When someone does this and cross their arms, tread lightly. Know that it's something that they're holding in, but it seems like Mel Gibson is tired of it. He's holding something in. That's why all these deep breaths, and he just lost a home, lost memories, lost books, lost paintings, was probably worth millions of dollars. Right? Lost friends, lost family members or associates. He said his family was fine. He was at the Joe Rogan show. Thank God he was at the Joe Rogan show. He told his sons to run out of there. But what about the neighbors? What about the kids? What about the fact that they're facing trauma? Not drama, trauma, which then can lead to drama. And he's saying, well, if there wasn't any water in the water hydrants and the wind was blowing a certain way, we know they have weather machines, and people are becoming arsenic. Was this a coup for them was this commissioned? Were they told to do these things? And for what purpose? He letting you know without letting you know. Put a one in the chat if you believe Mel Gibson's and letting you know. He's basically saying, read in between the lines. Don't read the headlines. He's letting you know without letting you know. And if a man gonna sit right there like this the whole time and talk, he's holding so much back. When you ask someone a question and they begin to fold their hands like this, just know that the body language don't lie, but the mouth might. Don't believe what they say. Watch what they do. Let's continue.
Well equipped, some of these people that they're catching.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions, Mel. Mel, a message tonight.
I'll sift through the remains of my place and see if I can find any clues for you.
Mel, any message
that's devastating
from you to Governor Newsom or Karen Bass tonight?
Spend less on hair gel.
Hey, Newsom, you heard what he just said. Get out from in front of that mirror worried about how you look, like you can't be scruffy sometimes, right? Get out the mirror and you start wondering about how you look and go do something. This man basically said, look, you're too fascinated with how you look, and you need to get rid of that damn hair gel of yours. And I feel him on that one because these are the same states, right? California is one of the states that now that they didn't require voter IDs to vote. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? They didn't require voter IDs to work to try to sway this whole election. Remember that? Gavin Newsom is the same person that's supposed to make sure that these water hydrants has water in it. Remember that? He's the same one that said instead of them making sure that the fire department, he the one that cut the fire department budget, the police budget. Y'all remember what's happening in California? Y'all was like, why people keep stealing? And they made the law saying that if you're still under $1,000, then it's not considered a crime. So basically, you're incentivizing people to steal under $1,000, of course. So it won't be considered a crime. I wonder who organized that. I'm just saying. Something just ain't right with California. It's going left. Kylie. It's going left. It's not right. Obviously, it's going left. He told this man to stop with the hair gel and worry about what's going on in your state. You got to give Mel Gibson a round of applause for this one because it took kahunas. It took kahunas to say this on what's this, Fox 5 or CNN, whatever these legacy broadcast media channels is. Y'all know YouTube went in for real. Hell, even they on YouTube. Let's run that back.
That's it.
Let's run that
Mel, any message from you to Governor Newsom or Karen Bass tonight?
Spend less on hair gel. That's it.
Yeah.
It's one of the
what can I
last
say to
one.
Not big admirer of either, but there you go.
Now, Mel, I know multiple shows and films have been put on hold. Everyone's livelihood has been put on hold, been involved in these fires, affected by the fires. And I know you have a film, Flight Risk, that's coming out in just 2 weeks. First film you've directed since 2016's Hacksaw Ridge, which we love. The Ingram family loved Hacksaw Ridge.
Shit, talking about flight risk. All these damn planes crashing everywhere. Every time you look to the left and every time you look to the right. Talking about flight risk. Now, this wasn't a stage thing to promote his movie. I don't believe that is. Some people might, the conspiracy theory gonna run wild with it. This is crazy. I see why they building these studios in Georgia and all these other little things. And I think 50 just built one in what's that? Starting Louisiana? New Orleans? I wonder why they didn't choose Cali. Well, I can tell you why. One of the reasons is taxes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Plus, all the stars are falling. Let's continue.
So, what can we expect with the industry going through changes already with these fires affecting production? And I can't wait for this film.
Pause. Before, let me say this too. That's why this AI is taking over as well, because you can shoot a movie now with most of these scenes that you can see now that look so realistic. That's AI generated. Anybody become a movie star. Anybody can become a movie star. Because all these scenes now and these scripts and these prompts, all you got to do is put it inside a machine and watch what it spits out. And then you send it to your editor and let them edit that. So you have a little bit of, it's a hybrid, a little bit of reality mixed with a bit of fantasy, a bit of AI. Why you think that Tyler Perry stopped building his studio and said, if I'm about to spend so many M&Ms and so many millions on this studio, and they're coming out with something called Sorrow, look that up when you get a chance. They come up with a software. That software is about to run the world. I keep telling people that. Side note, that's why people think, hey, why are you buying so many Bitcoins? Or why are you buying so many XRPs? Or why are you buying so many Onyx? Or why are you buying so many XLM? Or why are you buying all these crypto coins? Are you hoarding coins? No, y'all don't get it. And I try to explain it to people. In fact, I explained it to people the other day and they banned my crypto channel. They tell me that my crypto channel, it was spreading harmful messages. I'm like, I'm educating these people on crypto. And it's just not coins. Y'all got to get the word coins out your head. Crypto isn't coins. Crypto is software. I'm investing in software. Think about it. Crypto aren't coins. I'm investing in software, technology. I'm investing in tech because each one of the things that I invest in does something. It has some form of utility. Just like as much as people are investing in Sorrow, especially if you are a movie editor or you like to shoot movies and stuff, because it's a software that has utility. You no longer have to hire all them actors and actresses. You no longer have to make sure that the scene and the screen is right and the green screen and everything else. You no longer have to do that. Not as much as you have to. You no longer have to do that. They have something called software. So I try to explain to people like that without using fancy words or educated words. Just keep it at a third grade. Are you smarter than a third grader level? And they banned my channel because of that. Now I have to start over with another channel. I'm going to leave the link down below. Because look at the money system. A lot of people don't know this. Okay, cool. You have these fires, right? You have these the fact that voter IDs, right? Y'all know that the schematic says the Democrats do something, Republicans do something, but it's a cause and effect, meaning that they're solving their own problem to get you into something new. Let me tell you, and this is a fair warning, they're rebuilding the whole infrastructure of the world as we speak, from the monetary system to everything else. One day you're going to wake up, and that's why I believe that these blackouts is coming, not to spread fear, but they're going to cause something and fix it at the same time. Have you ever heard of the snake eating its tail? They're going to cause something, right? And they're going to fix it at the same time. So create the problem and the solution. That's the same thing they did with the vid. They created the problem and they try to give you somewhat of a solution that caused more problems. So anyway, they're going to roll out something called CBDC. Once they roll that out, right, the dollars that you have will become digital. They're going to say, no, okay, your account gets shut down. We're going to have a lot of cyber attacks this year. Yes, we are. Mark my words. We're going to have a lot of cyber attacks this year in 2025. I hate to tell y'all. But when we do, know that it's a rollout to the new system. They're going to say, well, since your money was stolen, you can backtrack to see how much money you have, huh? We're going to give you something digital that represents it. Now we're going to start having digital IDs. Y'all see do you see the game plan? Now we're going to start having digital IDs. Once we start having digital IDs and everyone is connected to the blockchain, which is the technology that I invest in, can't beat it. It's going that way regardless. Now, everything that you do will be tracked. It will be centralized. Y'all get the program? So all of these things are leading up to this one thing, from the fire to the natural disasters, to this, to that, to them causing problems, to them bringing the migrants over, to them leaving the border open. That's bringing all types of people that hate America over as well. Thousands of people. You're talking about explosive here, explosive there. I won't be surprised. That's what I'm telling you. Don't be surprised at anything, because everything is a stage play. It's out of your control. There's not much you can do about it. Can we talk about it? Well, grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. There's not much you can do about it. So why not invest in the things, right, that they already going to put to work? By 2030, life's going to be different. You tell people that. They're already talking about autonomous vehicles. They're already talking about robots replacing people. Amazon can show you that. So why not invest in the technologies that keep these things operating on its operating system, on its motherboards? Like I say, I tell people I don't invest in crypto. I don't invest in coins. I invest in the technology. Y'all got to see it for what it is. The technology. I had to go on a little rant right there, but let's get back to it.
Oh, sure. There's going to be, I think, people will have to adapt. I mean, very few things are made in California now anyway. I mean, over all these years, the playing field never really got leveled as far as, tax exemptions and all this advantages and you could get from making film here. So, production goes on in the various places that it does. Yeah. And I think for the industry, times of crisis have always been good for the entertainment industry. Not that I'm saying any crisis is good. No, but I think people want, they want to be entertained during those times and they like escapism and just things for pure entertainment, which is what I was trying to do with Flight Risk anyway. It's just a pure entertainment piece. But
well, we need it. We need pure entertainment. And Mel, you know what else we need? You know what?
I mean, we need pure entertainment. We also need reality and facts as well. Aren't y'all tired of being entertained? What do you plan on doing about the situation? That should be the ultimate question. Because if you understand what entertainment is, it's a pure distraction. Can we talk about it? See, entertainment, study the word entertainment, and you know that it entertains you, it makes you enter something, right? And then it contains you inside of that. We can break it down and go Latin. Then it contains you inside of that, right? While they're extracting value from you. That's entertainment in a nutshell. Let me repeat. Entertainment needs you to enter. Once you enter that, it contains you. It covers you. It tells your vision. Some form of story, fantasy, or escapism. But are you really escaping? Perhaps not. No, you're not. You're not escaping at all. It's like you smoking, getting high, and you realize, well, damn, I must come down one day, and when I do, I'm back to the same place. That's entertainment. Alongside, while you're being contained, they're extracting something from you. It could be something monetary, which means the monies or the monions or the dineros or the pesos or the yen or the pound. That could be one thing if you want a materialistic realm. If you want another realm, they can be extracting your time, which means that less time for you to focus on your purpose and your calling or whatever you're trying to build, create, and or create. So is it really entertaining? Ask yourself that question. Let's continue. That's something that you must ask yourself. But let's continue.
What else we need, which I cannot wait to talk to you about at length, is the resurrection. And I know you've been working on that for quite a long time, but how wonderful it will be for us to have the resurrection in film. And what can you tell us briefly?
Yeah. Briefly? Wow. It's it's an ambitious thing. And it's after working on it for 6 or 7 years with Randall Wallace and my brother, all of us kind of contributing to the writing, it's gonna be something that I hardly expected. I mean, I think I told Joe the other day, it's, you know, he said, what's it like? I said, it's kind of like an acid trip. But you're dealing with big stuff and big questions in other realms. And it'll certainly be theologically and visually and, you know, artistically for me challenging. But, you know, you got to step up to the plate and take a swing, right?
Oh no, Mel, you've never done that. You've never done that in your career.
Yeah.
Mel, I'm so glad that you're okay. You've helped me in times of crisis. When I was going through cancer, I will never forget. You called me and gave me really great words of wisdom about treatment, and you were so fabulous all those years ago, 20 years ago, actually. And so I thought about you.
Man.
It was 20 years ago. That's how long I've known you. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long time. Yeah. We've not aged at all.
You're doing it up here. You're doing that up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
20. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little gray.
Yeah. No, not you. Mel, I'm so glad you're okay. Thank you for reminding us that our spiritual life sustains us in these very, very challenging, difficult, tragic times.
Click here.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it on that note. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video. Also, before I leave, though, y'all know, you know what? I'm gonna do another video on that. I was gonna tell y'all about the TikTok. The TikTok may be being banned, but it's these two websites that you could use, right? That's the same thing, because you know people make money off TikTok, XYZ. If it's going to be banned, they talking about actually purchasing it, but we don't know if that's true or not. If it is, I started a new channel. It's on actually a Chinese app. And I'm going to start leaving that link down below as well. So if you have a TikTok, you got something called Flip. If you into like, you know, your merchandise, your e-commerce, anything along that nature, go look up something called Flip on the Apple store or Android or whatever you use. I believe it's on all motherboards. And also they have another one. Let me see if I can show you guys this one. Because I just downloaded this app as well. Let me see if I could. Let's enlarge the screen. First of all, let's stop sharing that. I wanted you guys to see. Let me go to the Apple Store and maybe you guys can see it from that perspective. So you have something called Flip, right? And this is how the other one look. Oh, y'all can't see it. Oh, yeah, you definitely can't see it. I'm just going to leave it down in the description, but look at Flip for sure. I forget the second one name, but look at Flip for sure. And I just downloaded the other app. It's something like TikTok. It's something like TikTok, but it's in Chinese, Scribble Scrabbles. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me do the work right now. Just bear with me for a second. Let's scroll online and let's look at Google, which I like ChatGPT better than Google. Because I can't just leave you guys like that. Let's figure this out. TikTok replacement apps. TikTok replacement apps. Now let's look at a video. TikTok replacement. No, not showing. TikTok replacement apps. Hold on, let's find it. Let's. Okay, thank y'all for being with me, right? This is I'm going to share it right now. I appreciate y'all for being with me, but I had to get to the bottom of it because I hate to talk about something and I ain't do it and or see it yet, right? All right, let me know if y'all can see the screen. Y'all can see the screen? I had to hop on the TikTok app to actually find it. And this is TikTok. This
WeChat, Little Red Book. Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, Weibo are the main popular social media platforms. The Chinese social media platforms are the main popular.
It's the Little Red Book. That's the one. Let me go to the App Store now. Hold on. It's called Red Book. Let me repeat. It is called the Red Book. Let me put it in the chat. The name of the new TikTok app, which is called the Red, or just put in Red Book. It's called Red Book. The name of the new TikTok app is called the Red Book. Well, it's not TikTok itself app, right? But it's called the Red Book right there. I put it down right there. The name of the new TikTok app is called the Red Book. So when y'all get a chance, y'all can meet me on the Red Book as well. I got Healthy Discussion Show as far as the tag, so I'm gonna start out there as well and then switch that over. It's called the Red Book. It's somewhat like TikTok. You put in your phone number, you set it on everything up. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. Even if they banned TikTok, hop on the Red Book. And then if you're selling things along that nature, because I'm about to have my hats on there and a couple of products, maybe Make America Masculine Again, some type of hat or some type of service or whatever. Also, I'm going to be selling my crypto merchandise on there as well. So join my crypto channel as well. Those are the things that I like talking about. On this channel, I do like trending topics. And then on my TikTok, not on my TikTok, on my crypto channel, which I had this channel called Blue Chip Crypto, which they just banned because I keep educating people on what's going on. So now I have to start over again, and I don't mind because nothing can stop I. So now I have something called Crypto Dough, and it's a brand new channel. I'm going to leave that link. Or matter of fact, when I start uploading these videos, I'll convert a couple of the audiences over there if you guys are interested in crypto technology. Not coins. It don't have to be coins. Get that out your head. These are technologies that I believe, not financial advice, that if you invest in, you're setting yourself up for futuristic gains and just be part of the technology. And I look at the dollar as being, the dollar's about to end anyway, and it's going to roll out some type of CBD or digital dollar. So why not invest in the technologies that's going to make those things actually a reality? That's just how I think. That's just how I think. I'm blessed to even think that way, right? I'm blessed to even think that way. On that note, I'm not going to hold y'all too long because right now what I'm about to do is I'm about to jump onto another live real quick because I want to talk about these prophets and all this other little stuff and what's going on in the end times. But this is the beginning. This is not the end. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hold on before I go because I feel like I just cooked up, right? So I got to hit my song before I go. Cook up, I'm cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up. I keep cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up. I'm cooking up that cook up. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. And remember, grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. And remember,